platformer levels, one of the most significant features in 2.2, which then caused entire speedrun communities, games, and even new demon lists dedicated to its existence. We all know about all these platformers, but what about the most popular one? The most popular tab is a representation of the most downloaded levels, which just means this place is not about the best levels, and rather the ones that got popular from other things and skyrocketed to the top. Today I'll be reviewing the most downloaded levels to see if they are any good and why they are so popular. Oh, and one final note, this video was inspired by GD Colon's old video where he looks at the most downloaded classic levels. You can go check it out in the link in the description. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this list. The first one is Dash Cave by Boogly, which has a massive 8 million downloads, but compared to the 500 million-ish players on Geometry Dash, this is only about 1%, so you can see how they are new. This level has one main gimmick, the Dash Orb. It's not used in the conventional way, rather than to dash through walls and break them. This level consists of lots of puzzles, which makes it really enjoyable to play, and definitely focuses more on puzzles than gameplay, since there's not even a way to die in this level. This level has practically everything. We have platform, buttons, and even scales. This level breaks away so much from other levels, and I really like it for that. The most likely reason this is the most downloaded is probably because it was one of the first rated platformers, and because it is such a good level. So to put it simply, great level. Let's move on. The second level is Forsaken City by Light Potato Dare, based on the game Celeste, which is renowned for how it's very learning and you progress further with each attempt. It is definitely prevalent here, because at first it does seem incredibly difficult, but as you keep practicing and practicing, you progress further and further only to see that it's easier and you beat the level. Its only gimmick are these blocks that move when you touch them, and further along the lines there are different types, the use of momentum, and much more that makes this level incredibly difficult and fun, mixing puzzles with skill. It has very minimalistic decoration, but it is so skill focused and it has so much charm that it definitely deserves to be at the spot. The main reason for its popularity is that it's the first platformer demon ever to release, which is definitely a main cause of popularity for platformers. In short, just like Dash Cave, this level centralizes on one mechanic and explores it very well, so I respect it for that. On to the next one. The third level is the Towerverse by 16 Lord. It is literally a full-on open world with stuff like quests, coins, challenges, tense moments, and really epic moments. This level feels like you're playing a real game. The level consists of the beginning where you wake up in an alternate realm. You talk to this mushroom, mushroom, and he catches you up on all of this. Then you are free to do whatever you want. You go to invisible towers, there are enemies, something familiar. And then you find this guy called Torres, which does give you this cool propeller, but also forces you to get a key guarded by a monster. Seems normal enough, and also is an engineer, so it does definitely help. And then the level closes with an epic propeller section, and that is so much fun. Overall, this level lets you do so much, and whether you want to play it normally or speedrun it, both have a wide range. It is popular because this is the first mythic level. That was a very controversial thing though, because it's very loosely decorated and it doesn't have much going for it in those terms. But apart from that, it is deserving of its spot, and definitely something to behold. The fourth level on this list is Coaster Mountain. This level is centralized around these slopes that look quite realistic, and you descend them at fast speeds. And trust me, this can be very rage-inducing. It is definitely a type of level where you get further with each attempt. It sometimes takes a while before you complete these sections. Also, these sections are filled in with these subsections, which have core mechanics. We have the regular platforms, ice, and wind, all of which you have to push against to go between these sections. Also, the coins and mini bonus challenges are clear in sight, which is definitely a good thing. The visuals, though, are gorgeous. You can always see this beautiful mountain in the background, and the particles and structures really make you feel you are traversing through a mountain. There's even Penguin from Master Game, which says stuff, I guess. About it, one of the first legendary levels that got pushed to the top. Definitely a masterpiece of its time. Not that long ago, though. The fifth level is Coin Temple by Sainty Lowcat. You see this block here? You have to hit it over and over I know, such riveting and original gameplay. But the whole point here is that you get upgrades, gates, and much more in order to help you reach the 1 million coins needed to complete this level. The weird thing about this level is there isn't even a very logical reason to why this is so popular. And it does feel a bit undeserving of its spot, especially since there are much better things to do in terms of gameplay. You even have to unlock the music, which is like the whole point of the game. The only reason I can think of it is that it's easy to pick up and play, and that's why it has 6.5 million downloads. But apart from that, there isn't much special about this, and hitting a block over and over is boring, so let's move on. The sixth level on the list is Enjoying the Sun by Alternate. This level is the first rated platformer, and honestly for the first rated platformer, it is quite good. You start on a grassland and go sideways across more trees. This is just the builder, because you can get thrown into a tower from one of Rob Top's previews, complete with fireballs, spinning obstacles, and gravity changes. This tower focuses heavily on objects supplied from the editor, and from this it definitely looks quite good in Rob Top's style. It's not overly special, that's about it. Just a good first-rated platformer. The next level is a literal recreation of the game. It has the entire level, which is almost indistinguishable from the original. There are lots of things to do in it, but apart from that, just look at this. I think this definitely recreates the enemies, blocks, and everything else really well. And I respect the work, but apart from that, there isn't much to say. Just that it is quite the interesting level, which is probably why it's so popular. Definitely quite fun, and congratulations on making a level from a copyrighted franchise that's existed since the dawn of video games. The next level is Droppy by Tricipital. It's an easy level. It is just a dropper with no way to die. You just collect coins and blue coins to gain points, and these points allow you to get things like power-ups and coins at the end. It definitely lacks decoration, but it has some cool idea, and even spikes that make you lose points. Definitely an interesting idea, not much to say here, especially since there really isn't a good cause of its popularity. At least it has some shapes and icons and moving stuff and... Okay, I think that's enough. The next level is this one. Yep, it's jet lag, and the experience is sometimes as bad as the name makes it look. It was the first demon platformer, and has very minimal but effective deco. It requires you to traverse a lot of moving objects that sync to the music. It can be really annoying for new players, and once you get the hang of all those moving platforms, custom orbs, and spite, beating it in 2 minutes isn't even that bad. Definitely quite the notorious level though, and I can see why people thought this was a pain back then. The final level is Throat of the World. It is a mythic extreme demon that is a flash game start level when you travel multiple worlds in a mountain. The decoration and world building is gorgeous, and it gets progressively harder, which definitely makes it quite enjoyable and definitely makes you feel like you're playing an actual flash game, which I really like. It doesn't focus too much on art, but definitely uses a variety of styles, gimmicks, and tropical jumps that all come together nicely and creates the atmosphere I was definitely expecting from a flash game styled level. It even has multiple bosses, which are absolutely epic. Definitely a great level, and even though I'm too lazy and skittish to beat it looks and feels really good when you're playing it. So that's all of them. While these levels aren't the absolute best levels, wink wink, they do showcase the most popular, which is sometimes good. Compared to classic levels, these levels are much more detailed and fun, which definitely shows up a step up from the Nightmare and Dreamland. It is quite nice seeing that some levels are quite good and original, and will be cemented in GD history, and most of these levels are very old in platformer standards. There are also others, but I might review them in another video. Goodbye! Hello everyone, this is post-production Shatian, and I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video. It took me so long to script, record, and edit this video, and I'm too lazy to edit more, so this is me trying to beat Fury of 500, which is my first Extreme Demon, so I'm really happy that that's happened. It took me so long to do all of this. I'm really happy that you watched this again. I know it's really short, but this is my first time trying to make a long-form video. So goodbye, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy any of my future videos when they come out. Because I've already got one planned. Bye!